The moment I'm gonna make noises on purpose, bro. They gonna try to lunge. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab the bottom jaw, the top jaw. Kratos down. Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Jay back at it again. And today we got movie monsters you cannot survive by Mr. Unnerving. Y'all already know what to do. Is follow me on both Jays here and Jays there. Get tapped on my socials. Ain't no more yapping. We just gonna get right into it. And right now we on Dokkan battle. We grinding. We doing the festival mission. So we just gonna get right into a multitask on some shit.
Horror movies have introduced some of the most terrifying monsters ever imagined. Creatures so powerful, relentless, or unnatural that surviving an encounter with them would be almost impossible.
Off rip, you not surviving one. Like, it's different if you have prep time and prior knowledge, but if it's firsthand, you're not surviving Jason, you're not surviving that. You may not, I will. You know what I'm saying? I'm just built different, but I'm not. I'm going to struggle with this shit. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Some hunt for sport, some can't be killed, and others don't even need to touch you to destroy you. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at movie monsters you realistically cannot survive, breaking down how they hunt, what makes them so deadly, and whether there's any possible way to escape.
Yeah, I've seen this movie. That shit is
targeted you. From unstoppable monsters and cosmic entities to creatures that attack psychologically, physically, or sometimes both. These are monsters you do not want to encounter. So with that being said, buckle up, because tonight we're looking at movie monsters you definitely cannot survive.
The Clover. You talking about Black Clover, Liebe in them? Austin in them? No,
Clover, the massive creature from the movie Cloverfield, is one of the most catastrophic movie monsters ever shown on
that
screen.
Motherfucker big! I thought that shit was a regular
Creature
snake.
from the movie Cloverfield is one of the most catastrophic movie monsters ever shown on screen. Not just because of its size, but because surviving it becomes nearly impossible no matter where you are.
Unlike many tonnage, nigga. Goddamn.
Creatures that hunt individuals, Clover functions more like a living natural disaster, tearing through entire city blocks while causing mass panic, military collapse,
it's like some kaiju Godzilla type shit.
And thousands of deaths within only a few hours. The creature itself is an enormous deep-sea organism, estimated to stand between 240 and 300 feet tall while moving on all fours, with an even greater height when standing upright. Its pale gray skin, long limbs, massive tail, and horrifying fish-like face make it look completely alien despite—
Yeah, you just gonna have to nuke that motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie. Wait, I see something like this in the city, you just gonna have to, if missiles aren't working, if bombs aren't working, if tanks aren't working, go ahead and get the, ramp up those nukes and bomb his ass, bro.
Technically being a terrestrial animal forced onto land. Its body is also covered in thousands of smaller parasitic creatures, roughly the size—
Yeah, you gotta nuke the whole— blow the whole— I ain't gonna lie, you gotta nuke the whole area code. But there's people, nigga, no, everybody gotta go, bro. Everybody's dying. The whole area code is getting hit with a comment. Everybody's dying, bitch. See some shit like that, then they getting hit with a final comment, that nigga is dead.
Dogs, creating a horrifying second layer of danger beyond the monster itself. And honestly, those parasites may be more terrifying than
Oh no!
itself. These smaller creatures move in coordinated packs, hiding in closed areas like subway tunnels and buildings.
Roach, zombie, mutant hybrid.
Climb walls and ceilings like spiders and attack humans on sight. Victims bitten by them don't just normally die. The infection rapidly causes dizziness, internal bleeding, vomiting blood, and eventually a violent
the whole area getting hit with a Kamehameha. The whole area getting blown the fuck up, bro. I'm hitting that bit with a full power hollow purple, nigga. A hollow Kamehameha, nigga. The whole area gone,
expansion of the body before the victim literally explodes from the inside. What makes Clover essentially unsurvivable is that there's no real safe zone once the attack begins. The military throws tanks, missiles, bombs, helicopters, and overwhelming firepower at the creature with little effect for most of the film.
Nuke it! Nuke that nigga, man! That motherfucker ain't surviving 5 nukes!
Things collapse, streets become death traps, bridges fail, subways fill with parasites, and even evacuation routes quickly become overcrowded or destroyed. And because Clover itself behaves more like a terrified, enraged animal than a calculated predator, its movements become unpredictable and impossible to anticipate. If you somehow found yourself in a Cloverfield-style event, your only realistic chance of survival would be immediate evacuation before the military quarantine.
I don't want to live in a world like this, though. I might take myself out, bro. Like, you're telling me there's parasites and shit running around. Food supplies dwindling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All types of parasites and vermin are going around. People are doing God knows what because there's an apocalypse. Yeah, bro, you might have to take me out, bro.
Collapses. Avoid underground tunnels entirely, stay away from enclosed spaces where parasites may gather, and get as far away from major urban centers as possible. Fighting either Clover or the parasites directly would be almost pointless, because with Clover you're not surviving a monster encounter, you're surviving the collapse of an entire city.
Clover is getting hit with every goddamn S-rank novel, every move I have. The fuck is that? Damn, Demogorgon human hibernate.
The Death Angels from A Quiet Place are one of the most terrifying movie
That's
monsters
where
ever
they're
created,
from.
because surviving them requires perfection every second of the day. And the moment you even make
I'm dead, bro. I like music too much, bro. I'ma fuck around, be chilling, right? I've got the whole area coded out. I'm quiet, I'm chilling. Everything's good, right? The moment I turn on some young nigga rich, I'm getting blown up, bro. I'm getting destroyed, bro. That's gonna be a goddamn bat signal for all them death angels to come to my house.
make the smallest
bro.
mistake, you die. Unlike many creatures that hunt selectively,
Bro, you can't even take a shit, bro. Imagine you grunting, you that dookie hits the water, big ass nigga run up on you, just take
or
your
can be
shit.
reasoned with, the Death Angels operate entirely on instinct, attacking anything that produces sound with overwhelming speed and brutality. Their arrival alone was enough to collapse human civilization within a matter of months. These creatures arrived on Earth inside meteorites, surviving the impact due to their near indestructible armor and biology.
That motherfuckers is not surviving a shotgun, bro. The moment I'm gonna make noises on purpose, bro. They gonna try to lunge. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab the bottom jaw, the top jaw. Kratos down. And then they go apart, bro.
For an extreme world with harsher gravity and no light. Because they evolved in complete darkness, they're completely blind. But to compensate, they developed incredibly sensitive hearing, capable of detecting even the faintest noise.
You know, and they gonna run up on me. I'm gonna get some pocket fit. Ooh, some bitch ass. He gonna start tweaking out, and that's when I'm gonna shoot him in his fucking. Run on pockets. They ain't gonna survive that fent though.
From long distances away.
That fentanyl methadone special.
A dropped object, a whisper, a footstep, a crying child, or even a ringing phone is enough to immediately attract them.
Imagine you beating your shit and you the headphone unhooks. A moan is let out. You having the time of your life, boy. It just crashes through the window. It tears your ass apart.
Physically, the Death Angels are absolute nightmares. Their bodies are covered in armor strong enough to resist gunfire, explosives,
that's a angel
missiles, and most conventional weapons. They move on all fours with terrifying speed, can leap great distances, climb walls and ceilings, tear through steel barriers, and effortlessly overpower humans. And what makes them even worse is that they don't seem to kill for food. They kill almost purely as an instinctive reaction to sound itself. Meaning there's no negotiating, distracting them emotionally, or hoping they'll lose interest once they catch you. What makes Death Angels nearly impossible to survive isn't just the monsters themselves, it's the lifestyle they force humanity into. In their world, survival means living in near complete silence forever. You cannot scream, you cannot run loudly, you cannot accidentally drop something in your own home. Every daily activity becomes life-threatening. One small mistake from anyone around you can instantly bring death to your location. Even military forces struggled to stop them. Tanks, firearms, bombs, and heavy weaponry were almost ineffective because of their armor. Entire cities collapsed within days of the invasion. And once one Death Angel hears something,
bro. That nigga gonna run up on me. I'm gonna be, you know what? Never mind, bro. I'm not even gonna say.
Others often follow shortly after. Meaning a single noise can quickly turn into multiple creatures converging on the
stop showing me this nasty ass shit. I don't want to see it.
There's technically one known
that goddamn angel mussy bussy. I don't want to see that nasty ass shit.
Their sensitive hearing can be overloaded with high frequency sound waves, forcing their armored head plates to open. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm dead finna just. The method is to just blast you. I'm getting one of them JBL speakers. I'm blasting First Day Out T Grizzly,
Max volume. I'm gonna have a trap set up. Max volume. T Grizzly. These niggas praying on my. They gonna follow me. And then, bro, they gonna get in the trap. Big ass bomb. Boom. The whole area getting blown up, bro. It's that easy, bro. Cause I'm not gonna be quiet my whole life, bro. Like, if you about to get some cheeks, right? You about to have relations. You gotta goddamn. Oh shit! Like, I'm not dealing with that shit, bro. I'm just gonna have to thug it out, man.
Exposing vulnerable flesh underneath. But realistically, most people would never discover this weakness before being killed.
I would. I'm him. You forget that I'm the GOAT, but I would have been discovered that shit.
Even if you did,
they gonna activate my. Don't make me activate my Sharon gun on your ass.
Successfully using it under pressure while remaining silent enough to kill it is another challenge entirely. So if you exist,
if they react to music, I'm finna play that fuck shit. I'm gonna play Cheetah Print, and then I'm gonna play a Ice Spice Sexy Red playlist. That nigga finna melt, bro. I'm finna play some Dave Bluss on that bit. And they gonna be like, that nigga gonna just start falling apart, bro.
In the world of A Quiet Place, survival wouldn't depend on strength. It would depend on whether you could stay silent every hour of every day for the rest of your life. And eventually, almost nobody can do that perfectly.
You're not even gonna be able to crack none, bro. You gonna have to do silent strokes, nigga. Shunny, be quiet. No. If they pull up, bro. Oh. Graboids. What the fuck is that? She look nasty already, boy.
The graboids from Tremors may almost seem goofy at first glance, compared to other movie monsters at least. But realistically, surviving them would be an absolute nightmare. Unlike creatures that simply chase you around on land, graboids turn the ground itself into hostile territory. The moment they detect movement beneath you, nowhere feels safe anymore. These massive subterranean predators can grow over 30 feet long, weigh up to 20 tons, and move underground at speeds faster than a human can run. They hunt using an extremely advanced vibration sensing system, meaning every footstep, vehicle engine, voice, or movement immediately gives away your position. And because they spend nearly their entire lives beneath the surface, victims often don't even realize they're being hunted until the ground erupts beneath them. Physically, graboids are terrifyingly powerful. Their armored bodies allows them to smash through concrete, drag vehicles
y'all fuck? What the fuck? You see that shit?
Extremely powerful. Their armored bodies allows them to smash through concrete, drag vehicles.
God damn. Yo. Yo, let me play this fucking vid, bro.
Vehicles underground,
fucking
collapse
idiot.
buildings,
God damn, you digging them?
overpower large animals with ease. Their primary method of attack involves massive snake-like tentacles called grabbers, which extend from their mouths to seize prey and drag it directly in their jaws. And perhaps worst of all, they're intelligent. Throughout the films, graboids repeatedly learn from failed attacks, adapt to traps, and change tactics after observing human behavior. What makes them especially difficult to survive is that traditional escape methods only work temporarily. Climbing onto rooftops, rocks, or vehicles may buy you time. But the graboids are patient ambush predators. If they can't reach you immediately, they'll often wait hours or even days for you to make a mistake. And if they can undermine the structure beneath you, they simply collapse it instead. There are weaknesses, technically. Loud explosions can overwhelm their vibration-sensitive senses, and they struggle with solid rock or terrain they cannot burrow through effectively. Fast vehicles and horses have also managed to outrun them in some situations. But realistically, unless you already know exactly what you're dealing with,
I got observation hockey, bro. That's easy.
To be near stable high ground or transportation, most people would never survive their first encounter. And somehow, the graboids get even worse once you realize a giant underground worm isn't actually the final stage of their life cycle.
So, you mean it's not the final stage? Like this Dragon Ball Z. You haven't even unlocked my full power. What do you mean this isn't their full power, bitch? What are you talking? You yapping, bro? You just yapping, buddy. You're yapping.
The most horrifying aspects of the creatures in the Tremors franchise is that they constantly evolve into new forms. with each stage developing completely different abilities that makes them even harder to survive.
No, bitch.
What starts as a single underground predator eventually turns into an entire ecosystem of monsters.
No,
the
bitch.
standard graboid is the form most people recognize.
I'd be damned to go out to a pack-a-punch roach tapeworm fucking hybrid,
subterranean worm-like predator that hunts using vibrations beneath the ground. But after consuming enough food, the graboid eventually dies, only for multiple smaller creatures called shriekers to burst out of its body. Unlike graboids, shriekers can move above ground at high speed and hunt using heat vision, making hiding much more difficult.
Rip that shit apart, nigga.
They reproduce
throw that nigga in the oven.
rapidly, and the more they eat,
wrap up those fryers, get the hot ass grease.
The faster the situation spirals out of control. And then things somehow escalate even further with the final stage.
What the hell is that?
The Ass Blaster. These creatures
Bro, that buy me one more time.
somehow escalate even further with the final stage. The Ass Blaster.
Is this nigga serious?
These creatures develop the ability to launch themselves through the air using explosive chemical bursts from their bodies, effectively giving them limited flight. Unlike the slower ambush...
Who thinks it is? Whose idea was this? What is that?
This graboid stage.
What even is that? Who thought it is? Hey, sir, we're gonna need to make. I wanted like a pterodactyl, but a velociraptor, tapeworm, insect hybrid that can use fire. Like, what is that?
Ass blasters are aggressive, mobile, and capable of covering huge distances quickly. Before dying, they lay eggs that eventually hatch into new graboids, restarting the entire cycle again.
No, nah, hell nah. This shit is nasty. This shit is disgusting, bro. It's nasty, man. I don't even want to eat no more. Nigga done ruin my appetite with that shit. Nigga done ruin my appetite with that shit, bro. I don't even want to eat this shit. I don't even want to eat no more.
Mater, the ancient Jotun from the Ritual, is one of the most hopeless movie monsters to encounter, because she doesn't just hunt your body, she hunts your trauma, your guilt, and your mind. Unlike creatures that simply kill on sight,
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for what I just said.
Mater psychologically breaks people down long before they die.
What is that?
Forcing them into complete submission or a horrific
death. Whoa, Ralph, what is this? Ralph, you see the play? What is this?
Deep within her forest. According to the cultists who worship her, Mater is an ancient offspring.
Of course niggas worship this demonic ass, nasty ass, foul mouth, booty eating ass
of Loki
gremlin,
that has existed for centuries inside the forests of northern Sweden. She appears as a massive elk-like abomination with glowing eyes, twisted limbs, antlers.
Bro, if you niggas don't hit that shit with a Gallic gun, the Virgin Fist of Malevolent Shrine of goddamn Thor's, that shit with Thor's hammer, nigga.
And disturbingly human features embedded into her body. Her design alone feels unnatural, like multiple living creatures fused together into something not meant to.
It's the shit Shao Tucker wanted to make, bro. Fuck
and because her body is partially covered in plant matter and bark-like textures, she blends almost perfectly into the forest around her.
I say BS. I'm noticing some like that, bro. It blends perfect. No, it doesn't.
What makes Mater terrifying is how intelligent and manipulative she is. She specifically targets emotionally vulnerable people, those carrying grief, guilt, shame, fear, or trauma.
So it just gaslights you. Hey, remember that bad bit you fumbled back in 10th grade? Yeah. It just starts gaslighting your ass. Like, yeah, hey, bro, remember them $20 you spent? Now you broke. Remember them dollars you spent on Canes and then Jordans? Yeah, you could have used those. Oh, broke ass. Like, just... Yo, nah, I be getting gaslit by a moose human hybrid is nasty work, bro.
Once marked by her, victims begin suffering hallucinations, nightmares, and visions tied directly to the worst moments of their
He started tweaking
lives. She forces people to relive their trauma repeatedly until they mentally collapse enough to worship her willingly. Those who submit are allowed to live under her protection as part.
So you get bent over physically and mentally. Yeah, you can have that shit, man. You're getting your back blown out physically and mentally by a demonic entity. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. What Drake said? You got it, girl. You got it. That was Chris Brown.
Got it, bro. Those who refuse are brutally sacrificed, often hung from trees deep within the forest. Physically, surviving Motor is almost impossible. She possesses immense strength, shrugs off bullets and axe strikes with little damage, moves silently through the woods despite her enormous size, and appears to have near total control over her domain. The forest itself
is she Sukuna?
Almost feels alive around her. Victims become lost, disoriented, trapped in circles, and psychologically exhausted before she even fully reveals herself. And because she can shapeshift and create realistic illusions, you may not even realize you're looking at her until it's already too late. And the worst part is that escaping Motor isn't just about outrunning a monster, it's about resisting her psychologically. Throughout the film,
she uses genjutsu. Okay.
She repeatedly forces Luke to kneel before her, offering the same false peace and immortality she offers her cultists. In many ways, Motor behaves less like an animal, but more like an ancient pagan god demanding worship through fear and suffering. There's technically one major limitation. Motor's power appears tied directly to her forest. Once someone escapes beyond the forest boundary, she cannot follow.
I'm not in the forest, so I'm good.
But realistically,
my black ass, the moment I see something like that, I'm never going in the forest. I would have been bound.
Reaching that point alive while injured, terrified, sleep deprived, and psychologically manipulated would be incredibly difficult for most people.
Most, not me though. I'm built different, man. That's easy. I'm just not gonna be around in the goddamn forest, man. Please don't be no nasty, bro. Please, bro. It's gonna be fucking something disgusting. Yep. What the fuck? I'm calling you a G-Wad. A goddamn G-Wad. What the actual hell? Who thinks this nasty ass shit, yo?
The creature from The Host is one of the most terrifying movie monsters I remember watching as a kid. And before we continue, we're simply going to refer to the creature as a host throughout this segment, because I have no idea how to say the original Korean name, but I'll have the official name shown on screen. Unlike ancient gods or supernatural demons, the host was created entirely through human negligence. After large amounts of toxic formaldehyde were dumped into the water, mutating an aquatic organism.
Of course we made it. I can't do this, bro. I can't keep doing this shit.
A horrifying apex predator. The result is a massive fish-like abomination capable of moving through both water and land with terrifying speed. Its appearance alone is deeply unsettling. Gray skin, a segmented jaw filled with teeth, gills behind its mouth, a massive tongue, deformities around its eyes, and an unnatural body structure that looks like multiple sea creatures fused together into one living mutation. What makes the host especially dangerous is how unpredictable it feels.
Get out of here with this nasty ass
Despite
shit.
its bulky appearance, it can sprint extremely fast, leap across terrain, climb underneath bridges, and use its powerful tail almost like an extra arm to grab prey.
So during just get grabbed with a tail
attacks, it causes complete chaos within seconds, throwing cards aside, smashing through crowds, and dragging victims away before people can understand what's happening. And unlike many giant
I know you niggas made this. What the fuck?
monsters that simply kill immediately, the host often captures people alive and stores them deep inside sewer systems to consume
nasty ass shit
later.
Victims, I don't want to see this nasty bastard fucking leap. This graceful ass leap
and stores them deep inside sewer systems to consume later. Victims trapped.
Nasty Dunkleosaurus looking. I hate it.
They are left injured, starving, terrified, and surrounded by partially consumed corpses while the host periodically returns to feed. One of its most disturbing behaviors is checking if prey is still alive by licking them with its massive tongue before killing them if they move. And once it finishes feeding, it regurgitates piles of bones and indigestible remains back into the sewer. Physically, surviving an encounter with the host would be extremely difficult. It shrugs off shotgun blasts, survives fire, tanks chemical weapons, and continues fighting after taking massive injuries. At the same time, it's also intelligent enough to fake being unconscious or lure prey into lowering their guard before attacking again. That combination of brute strength and
It's like a rat with a fucking shark. I hate this
animal
nasty
cunning makes it far
ass
deadlier
roach,
than just
bro.
a
I hate
mindless
it.
monster.
It's
And
nasty
honestly, what makes
smuck.
the creature
Was that motherfucker swinging, bro?
an animal
Don't
cunning
run
makes
that
it
shit,
far
no.
deadlier than just a mindless monster. And
Nigga,
honestly, what makes
Y'all
strength
seen
and
that?
animal cunning makes it far deadlier than just a mindless monster. And honestly,
Why are you doing fake ass Peter Parker ass? Bro, this shit is gross, bro. That's nasty shit. Get out of here with that nasty ass shit, yo. That shit is not cool, bro. That shit is that shit is nasty, bro. That nasty ass Peter Parker shit it just did. Fake
makes the creature
ass
even more
Miles
disturbing
Morales.
is that it's not evil in the traditional sense. It behaves more like a mutated animal walking through humanity's own actions, driven entirely by instinct and survival, which makes the entire situation feel far more believable and far more terrifying.
I seen this fucking movie, bro. Get that shit. Burn it alive, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Burn that shit, bro. Like, this shit is scary, bro. Like, that shit is genuinely this shit is genuinely terrifying, bro. Like, imagine you laid up with your girl and you see, imagine you laid up with your girl and you see some shit like this, bro. I'd be fucking, shit is nasty, man.
The Smile entity from
Like,
Smile
unless you have insane mental hack resistances, you're cooked, bro.
may honestly be one of the most impossible movie monsters to survive.
I could beat it, though. Like, I'm him. Like, that get in my mind, bro, I'm gonna be like, yo, get out. I'm gonna be on some Sasuke shit. I'm gonna tell you to get out. And then I'm a harvest your power and just still be a good person.
Not because it's the strongest physically, but because once the curse begins, you can no longer trust your own mind. Unlike creatures you can outrun or fight, the Smile entity attacks psychologically, slowly breaking its victims down over several days until they completely lose their grip on reality.
Man, you know I got Genjutsu resistance. That wouldn't do shit to me. I'll be like, man, this is a Genjutsu, nigga. I'm him, nigga.
The entity itself is an ancient demonic force that spreads like a chain reaction. Once someone witnesses a victim brutally killing themselves while wearing that horrific smile, the curse transfers to the witness and the cycle begins again. From there, the victim...
Like, I see a nigga try to kill himself, I'm gonna hit the meanest... You call my name? Like, you not catching me with that lame
is psychologically
shit.
tortured almost non-stop. Hallucinations, nightmares, fake conversations, disturbing smiling people, voices, missing time, and horrific visions begin escalating day by day, until the person becomes completely isolated and mentally shattered. What makes the Smile entity especially terrifying is how manipulative and intelligent it really is. It doesn't simply scare people, it studies them. It reads their trauma, guilt, insecurities, fears, and memories, then weaponizes those things against them. The entity often disguises itself as loved ones, therapists, friends, strangers, or even multiple people at once, making it nearly impossible for the victim to know what's real anymore. And the worst part is that the demon can manipulate perception so perfectly that victims may genuinely believe they escaped or defeated it, only to realize it was another hallucination the entire time. Its true form is far worse than the smiling hallucinations. Beneath the disguises, the entity appears as a towering humanoid monstrosity
Like,
with
I'm
multiple
not scared of you now. I get to flaming your nasty meatball build
grinning mouths nested inside one another, long corpse-like limbs, distorted eyes, and an appearance so horrifying that simply witnessing it directly can send people into a catatonic state. And according to some theories within the films, every smile seen within its body may represent the trapped souls of previous victims it has consumed over time. The most hopeless part of the curse is that there's almost no real way to stop it. Traditional weapons are meaningless because the entity primarily exists within the victim's mind. It manipulates dreams, emotions, memories, and even physical sensations. Some victims attempt to break the cycle by isolating themselves or confronting the demon directly, but the entity repeatedly proves capable of twisting reality itself inside the host's perception. In many cases, by the time someone realizes they're hallucinating, it's already too late. There are only two known ways to survive. The first is to die completely alone without any witnesses, potentially ending the chain entirely, though even that is uncertain. The second, and far more horrifying option, is to murder another person in front of a witness, transferring the curse onto them instead.
I found a third way. I'm gonna tell you, get the fuck out of my head, nigga. Or we're gonna shadow box and I'm gonna beat your ass.
Which survival itself often requires becoming part of the monster's cycle.
Yeah, if this shit ever happened, we're all dead, bro. Oh no, I'm certain. No, nigga, you're fucked. You're getting bent over backwards by this shit, bro. If I'm being honest, my nigga, it's GG's, little bro. Just go ahead and slip the tip in, big bro.
The xenomorph from Alien is horrifying because it doesn't simply kill you, it uses you. Every stage of its existence is built entirely around hunting, infecting, reproducing, and expanding its hive. And what makes the species so terrifying is that it feels less like an animal and more like the perfect biological weapon. At first glance, the adult xenomorph already looks nightmarish enough, standing roughly 7 to 9 feet tall. The creature possesses a black biomechanical exoskeleton, elongated head, razor-sharp claws, and incredibly long tail tipped with a blade-like stinger. And one of the most iconic features in horror history, its secondary inner jaw, which launches forward like a piston to punch directly through bone and skull.
I'm dead-ass soloing that shit with my pinky behind my back, nigga.
Its blood is an extremely corrosive molecular acid capable of melting through metal, meaning injuring one can be just as dangerous as fighting it directly. But the real horror begins long before the adult stage. The xenomorph life cycle is arguably one of the most disturbing in all of science fiction. It starts with an egg.
It has to get all up in your guts. No pause, by
which
the way.
opens when sensing nearby life forms. From inside emerges a facehugger, a spider-like parasite that leaps onto a victim's face, wraps its tail around their throat, and implants an embryo down its host's airway. The victim often survives initially, only to later suffer one of the most infamous scenes in horror history. The chest burster violently erupting
If I ever get hit with a facehugger, bro, kill me, bro. I want you to shoot me right then and there, my nigga.
Chest cavity while they're still alive. From there, the infant creature rapidly mutates into a fully grown xenomorph within only a few hours. Xenomorphs are unbelievably intelligent predators. They hunt silently through vents, ceilings, shadows, and darkness, often stalking prey for extended periods before striking. They can understand ambush tactics, environmental manipulation, and even teamwork. Some have intentionally sacrificed other xenomorphs so their acidic blood can melt through prison cells and contaminated units. Others have learned to operate machinery simply through observation. They aren't mindless monsters. They adapt, strategize, and evolve constantly. What makes the species even more dangerous is their genetic adaptation. A xenomorph absorbs traits from whatever host it was born from. Human-spawned xenomorphs are upright and intelligent. Dog-spawned runners become faster and more animalistic. And pred aliens born from Yautja hosts become stronger, smarter, and capable of reproducing in horrific new ways.
What the fuck?
This means that every outbreak can create entirely different variations depending on what organisms are nearby.
Yo, I don't want to see that,
Then there's the hive
you gotta
itself.
get that clip, cuz? Nigga, you just violated every orifice in my eye with that shit, bro.
At the center exists a queen, a gigantic reproductive matriarch capable of laying endless eggs while commanding their...
I don't ever want to see you use that clip again, bro. Don't ever use that clip again on me, bro. You got great content. I rock with you, bro. You a man. You getting a scribe, Mr. Unnerving. You got great content, good editing, fantastic stories, all that. But don't ever use that fucking throat song. Don't ever use that shit.
I've almost
don't
like
ever
a
show that shit to me
collective
again, bro. That
consciousness.
shit nasty.
Around her are warriors, drones, praetorians, scouts, carriers, and specialized castes, all designed for specific purposes. Every member of the hive functions together with terrifying efficiency, almost like a living ecosystem dedicated entirely to expansion and survival. So how could you survive a xenomorph encounter? Honestly, your odds are extremely low. A single xenomorph is already powerful enough to wipe out entire groups of armed humans. They can survive extreme trauma, climb walls, move silently, detect prey through darkness, and attack from virtually any
you're cooked,
direction. Conventional weapons can work, but the acid blood creates massive risks during close combat. Flamethrowers, pulse rifles, and high-energy weapons
You don't have
appear
to hit that nigga with a pack of. You got that nigga with some knockback and a thermal
almost
scope, nigga.
effective, but even then, fighting one in confined spaces is practically a death sentence. And if you encounter more than one xenomorph, your fate is already sealed.
That shit. I'm having nightmares about that fucking throat swallowing clip. I don't ever want to see that nigga do that shit ever again.
So after looking at some of the most terrifying movie monsters ever put on screen, one thing becomes very clear. Survival against many of these creatures is almost impossible.
For sure.
Whether it's cosmic
like, the only way is if you're, like, maybe if you're very well trained on some shit, maybe. But that's still a big ass maybe, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you still might just get GG'd. Like, no bullshit.
entities that manipulate your mind, unstoppable apex predators, parasitic organisms designed to spread endlessly, or ancient gods hiding deep within forgotten forests. These monsters go far beyond simple killers. They represent complete
Yeah,
hope.
I thought you was gonna have Michael Myers, Chucky. Chucky getting his ass beat. Michael Myers, I could beat Michael Myers. Jason Voorhees, that's light work. But these goddamn ghouls and goop monsters you show is different. Shout out my dog, Mr. Unnerving. This was indeed unnerving. But that being said, this is a great event like always. It's your boy Jay. Stay healthy.